How do I improve my quality score? It's a great question. One of the most commonly asked questions, I should say, because everyone is obsessed about quality score. Yes, you want to keep an eye on it, but you don't need to be obsessive about it. Because what you don't want to do is to just look at one metric, which is quality score. There are lots of other metrics as well, like conversions, conversion rate, cost per conversions, and so on. So you got to look at the whole picture and not just one metric. And a lot of my students and clients, they really get annoyed, upset, frustrated when they see a quality score of 2 out of 10. Um, but then we look at the full picture and we see that that keyword is converting really well. So why would you mess around with it? So let me first explain what quality score is. So the quality score is allocated to every keyword in your account or campaign. So it is at keyword level. So that determines whether a keyword has a good quality score or a bad quality score. A good quality score would be 7 out of 10. So let me step back a bit. Every keyword is allocated a mark out of 10. 10 being the best, 0 being the worst. So you want to be as high as possible um, out of 10. So 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 would be perfect. But quite often you won't be there. And there are three important uh, components of how a quality score is calculated by Google. So the three things which determines your quality score for a keyword is expected click-through rate, ad relevance, and the landing page experience. So let's go into a bit more detail of each one of them. Google is in the business of clicks. That's how they make money. If nobody clicks on their ads, they're not going to make money, neither will you, because you are not driving any uh, traffic to your website, right? You don't get any visitors to your website, you're not going to get any leads or sales. So this is a fact that you got to get clicks on your website, but you got to get the right click, not just spammy clicks, irrelevant clicks. Get the right click, few clicks, but the good clicks. So expected click-through rate is the first component. Obviously, Google doesn't care. Well, they do in a way because they want Google Ads to work for you, but it doesn't hurt them or hurt their pockets if an irrelevant person clicks your ad. So you need to work out who clicks on your ad by targeting the right keyword, the messaging on your ads, and so on. So the expected click-through rate is, so every keyword will have an expected click-through rate that, okay, the higher the click-through rate, the better the ad is. So if my ad is shown to somebody who's interested in Google Ads or digital marketing, then obviously they will be interested in my ad as long as the message on the ad is good. So I'm going to get a higher click-through rate. The next one is the ad relevance. Ad relevance is if somebody is looking for red apples, the ad shows red apples. We don't want to show them green apples or golden apples, right? So give them what they are looking for. So quite often you will find that well, I find a lot of advertisers are lazy and they will put all the apples in the same ad if you were to sell apples. If I was setting up the campaign, yes, you need to do a bit more work. And doing all this groundwork and the homework and a bit more work in the back in the first place will pay you rich dividends in the long run. But this is where a lot of advertisers, they just want to write the ads, set up the campaigns, and get the campaign started so that they can start getting sales and leads. That's not how it works. So you want to have that right keyword show the right ad, or the search term, I should say. Got to have the keyword on the headline. either headline 1 or headline 2. If you put the keyword in the headline 3, quite often headline 3 doesn't show up on the ads. So there's no keyword. So my personal preference is that we ought to put one keyword at least, with the keyword in headline 1. So then if I'm looking for red apples and the ad pops up with the headline saying buy the best red apples here, that is what we mean by ad relevance. And the third bit is the landing page. Landing page is, or the landing page experience. Google is recommending you from their platform. So if I were to ask you a referral, hey, do you know a good accountant? You're not going to refer somebody to me who is not a good accountant, right? So the same thing happens on Google. So you're on Google page, you're looking for something, and then Google says, if you click here, you're going to go to this landing page or website, and this is what you're going to get. So they want to send traffic to high quality websites and landing pages. So it's in your best interest to make sure that your website, the first most important is the speed. It has got to be lightning fast. And one of the most easiest and the simple way to make a website load up fast is not go for the cheap hosting packages, but go for a dedicated one if you can afford it, because with that way you are going to get faster page load speeds. Now there is a free tool from Google. If you go to Google and search for Google page insights or page speed, you'll get that first link, and then you can see, type in your name or your URL in that on that page, and it will give you a mark out of 100, or your website mark out of 100. One for the desktop version and one for the mobile version. And if there's any problems, issues, or anything like that, Google is going to tell you, go and sort this out. And that's what you need to do. Make your website lightning fast so that it's a great user experience. Because as you know, if you load up a page on on your mobile or on your desktop, and it takes ages to load up, you're going to bounce off, go somewhere else. You're going to just say, well, it doesn't work. So these three components will make your quality score go higher. So if you follow what Google is asking you to do, it rewards you with lower CPC. So the higher the quality score, the cheaper the cost per click would be. And it's all to do with the ad rank and the bidding as well. But not to go into complications and to be very scientific, I'll make another video on that as to how the ad rank and how your CPC is calculated and how you can outrank and outbid your competitors by paying less but still showing your ads above your competitors. So this is really important that you make sure that quality score is as high as possible.